Hello everyone, welcome to the new video of the Opening Disasters series. In this video I will actually show you one of my own games. It was just a casual game on one internet chess site. I was playing with the white pieces and my opponent was obviously black. So I started with d4 and he responded with e6. I took the opportunity to take the center, and if he wanted, he could now play d5, and that would be a French defense. I was expecting that move, but he surprised me with his next move, f5. So this might look like a Dutch defense, but it's actually not, because in Dutch defense, white doesn't have a pawn on e4 ready to capture on f5. I mean, white can push to e4, but then usually black has the chance to take that pawn. But here it is the other way around, so I can actually take on f5. And black retook. And what is the problem with this position? Well, the problem is this pawn. First of all, it weakens this diagonal from a2 to g1, so sometime in the future there might be problems for black king along that diagonal. And secondly, this square is sort of weak. I mean, you can protect it with the pawn, but then you will block this bishop. So, and also when you push this pawn, then white can maybe advance and gain control of the e6 square. Also, the e8 h5 diagonal is weakened a little bit as well. So this all doesn't need to take its toll immediately, but still it's a long-term weakness. Okay, so I developed my bishop, attacked this guy, and a normal move here would be, for example, g6, but that move can be actually met with a sacrifice. I can take here, and if black retakes, then after this check, something terrible will happen to black. Something like this, where in the end it looks like he loses his queen, but actually he has this move, and after something like this he will be down a pawn in the end, although he can attack those pawns, so who knows, maybe he could set a trap like that. There is also another problem with this bishop f5 sacrifice, and that is that black doesn't need to immediately capture this bishop, but he can actually give this check, and only after white deals with this check he can capture this bishop, and then actually white would be lost. So that would be a good trap to set. Also, a decent move is something like d6, opening this bishop to protect this guy, and the game would continue. I still think that white has advantage because of this diagonal and this pawn awkwardly placed, but who knows what would happen. Anyway, after I played bishop d3, my opponent, he wanted to defend this pawn, but he didn't choose g6, he didn't choose d6, he chose the worst possible way to defend it. It's with a knight on a really wrong square. So now, yes, this knight is defending the pawn, but as you can see, this guy can immediately destroy the defender. And not only that, after this capture, this diagonal is terribly weak. And that's just what I did. I gave a check. King has only one square. And now we see that black, apart from having destroyed the kingside pawns, they are all shattered. He also lost the right to castle, and also this bishop cannot develop because of this king, and this is just strategically lost position. Maybe even tactically, I don't know, but strategically this is just lost. I could take this guy, but I just decided to develop, so I put my knight into the action. I was hoping to castle long and bring the rook into the game, but now my opponent decided to do a king walk. I don't know why he played this move, but maybe he wanted to release this square for the queen so he can give a check, but even I can immediately escape from that. But I saw that here there are some mating possibilities, so I decided to take on f5, and I was planning to somehow deliver mate. Actually, I'm threatening to give the check with the knight, and then I could probably no, I'm threatening to give the check on e4 with the knight, and then when he goes here, I can go queen b5 mate. Let's say if it was my move, let's say black plays something just to give me the right to move, I could go here. This is the only square, and now this is checkmate. So black should do something about that, but this next move probably reveals his idea of king d6. He gave me the check, so probably he was going for this check. So maybe he's not so strong player, but still. So I was given a check, so I had to block it. I did that with a knight, and at the same time I gave check. And now the best for black would be to give up his queen, but even then he is lost. Okay, he didn't play that, he just moved to the side, and I actually gave the mate that I was planning to. Okay, so this game is not the best example of good play, but okay, sometimes you just play a little bit inexperienced opponents, and you just have to punish them as quickly as possible or as accurately. I don't know if I was completely accurate, but I think this game fits this series, so I hope you have enjoyed it, and goodbye.